Sure. He sank into one of the chairs, his head falling into his hands. 10 pounds. Kind of giant for a newborn. A boy. Every dad's dream. 10 pounds, big and strong. Maybe he was going to be a star football player. In 30 minutes, he was allowed to see Cindy and his newborn son. And the baby was beautiful. He looked as if he was a few weeks old already, as if he could walk out of his bassinet. He had a full head of dark hair. He kissed his wife, shaking his head as he sat next to her, stroking her hair, leaning over to give her a gentle kiss. Thank you, he told her. The emotion welling in him was almost unbearable. Thank you, Dad, she teased. I couldn't have done it alone. He grinned. Well, you had the hard part. No, actually, you had the hard part, she teased. The nurse cleared her throat from the doorway, and they both looked up, reddening. I'm sorry, I have papers here. Have you thought about a name yet? She asked. Aiden looked at his wife. She smiled. Jake, for your dad, she said. Jake, for my dad, he agreed. And nurse or no nurse, he leaned over to kiss her again. Thank you. That boy is like my life. He is our lives, she corrected. Our beautiful boy. Jake Mallory Ferguson did become their lives. Cindy Ferguson was diagnosed with cervical cancer a year later. Her life was saved, but their son was to be their only child. And for years, he was their beautiful, beautiful boy. He had a thick thatch of dark hair, amazing, riveting blue eyes, and a smile that could charm the coldest heart. Through grade and middle schools, he was a wonderful student, popular and smart. He did play football, even through his senior year when he found two things: that he loved the guitar, which was great, and drugs, not so great. In fact, the alcohol and drugs had gotten so bad that when he graduated, he knew his father was going to let him be drafted. Aiden and Cindy were deeply distressed. A neighborhood boy had already been killed in Vietnam, but a neighborhood girl had already died of an overdose as well. And all their efforts, punishments, encouragements to get help, all had done nothing. Aiden had served in World War II himself. Jake had been born as part of the baby boom that had come when the war had finally ended. Aiden had seen bad action. He knew the price of war. And he knew, too, he was still glad he had fought, that he had been privileged to help liberate one of the concentration camps. And so when Jake came to his father, begging for the money so he could opt out of college, Aiden hesitated just briefly in agony before giving his answer. Son, if you're going to kill yourself, you might as well do so for your country. Of course, Jake hated him, but he went off and enlisted in the Navy before he could be ordered into a different branch of the service. And in the service, he found help rather than death. He found others who had suffered from his same addictions and an organization that helped in a way no lecture or punishment could. He still loved his guitar, and when he emerged from the service, he decided to make it his focus. A truly beautiful boy. And in time, he became something Aiden had never imagined for his son. Something wonderful and scary, of course. He followed his dad into music, but he didn't become a studio musician. He somehow became a rock star. Amazing, terrifying. But the lifestyle didn't alter the joy he had learned with his group in the Navy. It just put him in a great position to write songs, to handle the band's business, to live wonderfully. He bought his parents a great new house in Palm Beach with a heated pool and a jacuzzi. He lived down the street. But Aiden continued to worry as the years passed. Not because Jake fell back. Miraculously, he never did. But neither did he fall in love. Oh, well, of course, there were women in his life. Some stayed a while. But it seemed he was never really going to fall in love. He'd never know what Aiden and Cindy had now been sharing all these years. Through World War II, Korea, the 60s, being kind of flower children. The 70s, tragedy in the country, days of peace, days of faith.